we're back with another episode of Beyond the Game, and here we're doing a cricket edition with Ishan and Sankalpa. Y'all are members of UNC's BOUNC cricket team. Tell me more about BOUNC and what y'all's mission is.
So BOUNC stands for Bowlers and Batters at UNC-Chapel Hill. We just started this last year, and this is our second semester of operation. And what is our goal? Our goal is to make cricket one of the big sports at UNC and probably even in the United States.
So, Ishan, last semester I asked you what makes cricket different from baseball, and you said it's the real bat and ball sport. Tell me more about that.
I think our name itself is what differentiates cricket with baseball. It's the bounce, because in cricket you have to, not really have to, but the point is
You
that
have to when you're bowling.
you don't have to.
Okay.
But so if you don't bounce it, it has to stay below the batter's waist.
Okay.
But point is that those are easier balls actually. So if you pitch it like you do it in baseball, if you bowl like that in cricket, it's like an easy ball, because with bounce there's a variable that the ball can go anywhere after it hits the pitch, and even within the air it can move. So that adds another layer of variable with the ball.
So tell me about cricket and how it differentiates from baseball. You know, you have to bowl the ball, you have more players, even the length of time of the game is different. Can you talk more about those nuances?
Yeah, of course. So with cricket, it's such a crazy sport because we have 3 different formats in it. One of them lasts for 5 days. I know that's crazy, but we gotta watch it. But I think the most equivalent to baseball would be the T20 format. This lasts for like 3.5 hours. So I think it's about the length of a baseball game. And if you ask about other differences, I think the only similarity I would say is that they are both bat and ball games. So everything I think is different.
So give me more insight into the rules and the different positions that exist within cricket.
So there's a batter, obviously, who bats. Then there is a bowler who's like a pitcher, but as you said, you have to bowl the ball. So you can't bend your elbow more than 15 degrees. So it has to stay straight when you're bowling. Then there's all-rounders, like an equivalent in baseball would be Shohei, I think, because he pitches and bats, right? In cricket, there are a lot more common players like that who can do both.
Right.
And there's also a wicket keeper. I don't know what it's called in baseball, but the guy who stands behind the batter to catch the
Catcher?
ball. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's called a keeper in cricket. And other positions will be fielders. So if you're not bowling or batting, you're just catching the ball in the outfield, you would be a fielder.
Okay, awesome. And Ishan, I know that you've played cricket since
Okay.
you were a kid, but Sankalpa, you haven't played. You just started playing at UNC. What encouraged you to start playing cricket?
So I would not say that I have not played cricket before. It's like
Okay.
I stopped playing at around elementary school,
All right.
and so I just like resumed after coming here. But yeah, it's been really fun, like playing with Ishan and the others. It's like I did not get that sense of community while playing in my own home back in India. So felt like this is where I belong, and this is really fun. Like I should play more cricket. Why not? And then I ended up being an exec because Ishan invited me, and yeah, here I am.
So what do you guys hope to do in terms of growing the sport of cricket, not just at UNC or in North Carolina, but the larger United States?
So cricket is a bit underrepresented in the United States. So like right now we're starting with Chapel Hill, and then we're actually hosting a tournament this semester, which is this is pretty interesting. We are inviting teams from Duke and then NC State and then UNC Charlotte. So we're hoping to like spread it across North Carolina, and then who knows, maybe we'll send it outside of the North Carolinas as well.
So did these teams already exist, or did you guys also like kind of encourage these teams to start their own organization?
Yeah, that's very interesting because Charlotte and State already had clubs. And even Duke had, but I don't think they are running anymore because the people who used to run it have graduated and long way gone.
Right.
But with Duke, it was interesting because to participate in this tournament, they started a new club. They just did it like a week ago.
Right.
So
Wow.
they are putting together a team ASAP for this tournament.
That is awesome. And Sankalpa, you mentioned that cricket is not big in the United States. Why do you think that's so?
It's more because of like baseball is a national sport.
Yeah.
So why play something which is kind of like baseball but not the same at the same moment? And it's like cricket is more popular outside of the United States. It's kind of how soccer works. Soccer is not that popular here compared to American football. So I feel like it's the same thing, but yeah, it's like cricket has a lot of potential in the United States, mostly because like the United States team beat Pakistan, which is like one
That
of the
was
big
huge.
teams. Yeah, it was a huge deal for everyone in the
Yeah.
cricket community. We were not expecting that at all.
Can you put into perspective how big cricket is outside the United States?
Oh, so I saw this question like which of the sports have the highest following, and it's like it was in some podcast, I don't know which it was. So like first was soccer because of like the World Cup being the biggest
Right.
sporting event in like all of history, and then after that it was because of like big populations like India, everyone was saying like cricket has to be like up there somewhere, and yeah, cricket was number 2 in terms of like overall following across the world. And I do agree with that because like many populated countries like India, Pakistan, and then UK, other countries as well. Like even in Africa, some countries play cricket, so it's like a really popular sport, and we are hoping that we can get it popular in the United States as well.
Ishan, we talked about kind of the colonial background that cricket has. Do you think that's kind of a factor in cricket not being big in the United States, kind of like a one-off to the British, like we want to have our own sport, baseball?
I think that's where baseball came out of, not liking for anything that was British in America. But I think at this point it is not, because it's not the most popular sport in England anymore, and I think it's, culturally speaking, it's much more of a South Asian thing than it ever was an English thing, cricket. So I think, and even if you see in the United States, the people who play it are mostly South Asian expats or from South Asian minorities. So I think that image has already changed, that it's not an imperial sport anymore.
Talk about the pride that you both share in playing cricket, and especially playing it in a place like UNC.
I mean, we are very proud because every time we play it, and there's always somebody who wants to watch it, who wants to learn more about it. Because I think it's one of those sports which kind of has a weird reputation as a sport that you never know how it works, especially among Americans. So they are always interested in what are you guys doing. I think that's what the expression is.
What have been some of the challenges you've endured in starting your own club just last year and trying to garner interest and set up meeting times and making sure that everyone's kind of staying on task in order to ensure that your club is being sustained?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot more of our challenges have been bureaucratic. So, like for example, we wanted to find a place to store our stuff. We still haven't been able to. We have a place to store our stuff for the next year, but for right now, we are just relying on our exec members to store it in their dorms. So that's one of the big challenges. So yes, it's been like we're trying to find support from UNC, campus recreation and other organizations, and sometimes it works, sometimes it does not.
So how can UNC and Campus Rec be better in terms of supporting you guys?
I think for the size of the club that we have, I think we deserve a little more recognition as a sports club. Right now we are just a student organization, so we are not identified under campus recreation yet. And if I understand correctly, they have also told us that they will not be opening any more spots for at least the next 3 years.
Wow.
I mean, all of us will be long gone by that point.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's the reasons behind that. But I think, again, as I said, for the size of the club that we are, I think we deserve a little more recognition and representation as a sports club.
And how many members do you guys have?
On our group chat, because a lot of people, they don't even know that Heal Life is a thing.
Right.
Yeah, which is surprising. So on our group chat we have like 180.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
That's a large number.
Yeah, and
You
on
need to put some respect on BOUNC.
yeah, right, respect.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so.
That is an insane number. So, how many positions do you guys have in cricket? I know it's different from, I think baseball is 9. With cricket, how many players do you have on either side?
So it's 11, a team,
Okay.
just like soccer, and I think a lot of other sports also use 11.
Okay.
I think that actually came from cricket.
Yeah.
And in the bench, because in cricket you cannot substitute. So once you have your 11, you can't change it.
At all?
No,
Not
unless there's an injury.
Okay. That must be grueling on the body, no?
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so interesting, because the stakes are high when you pick your team.
Yeah. You have to ensure that every person's like on task in their position.
Yeah.
So what position do you guys play?
I mean,
Or do you vary through all of them?
in street cricket, everybody does everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just rotate by. It's not innings like it is in baseball. But how is it?
It is an innings like
Or
in
is it
baseball.
overs?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's overs. So once I bowl my 6 balls or like 6 pitches, the next guy would come in and do the same.
Okay.
And in T20 there's 20 of them. That's why it's called a 20-20. There's 20 of those overs.
Okay, so it's split up into different groups, and that's how it lasts the 3 hours.
Yes.
You have to go up until 20 pitches.
No, you have to go up until 20 sets of those 6 balls.
Okay.
So there's a total of 120.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's what makes it so long.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the 5-day matches. Have you guys ever played that at all or no?
No, I don't think we can even last 5 hours.
That would be insane. So how do you hope Bounce will impact this community?
You mean the cricketing community in the
Yeah,
US?
Bounce, the club,
Yeah.
will impact the UNC community.
Oh, definitely. I think we already are, because we already have people who had Americans who had not played cricket before who are playing it right now because they saw it in Bounce and they like to participate with us. And I think even beyond that, we are trying to make, as I said, cricket a sport that UNC is good at. So that's why we are doing the North Carolina Cricket Championship, so we can beat Duke at something.
That is very true because North Carolina has not beaten Duke in many sports this year.
Yeah.
So in an ideal world, where do you hope that Bounce will be in 5 years?
Hopefully Bounce will still be a thing in 5 years, because as I've said, like for example, the clubs in State and Charlotte, they kind of stopped functioning after their last set of execs graduated. So we would like to avoid that. Like to pick a set of people, set of leaders who continue the vision that we have in their own ways. They may have differences, but they would keep Bounce, they would keep running Bounce and keep spreading the joy of cricket in this campus. So hopefully in 5 years we'll still be a thing.
What do you think needs to happen for cricket as a sport to really take hold within the United States? Do you think it begins with the U.S. beating Pakistan, like people having more recognition of the sport?
Yeah, I think that was a big start, and as you said, because I think Americans have a lot of pride in their national teams, and I think if the national team performs well, it will get a lot of attention. And I think there's a lot of potential if you see, because there's a lot of cricketing teams like New Zealand. New Zealand is a country of 6 million. They still put up a strong 11, and the US being such a big country, such an athletic country, gets the most medals in almost every Olympics.
Right.
So I think they can field a strong 11, a strong squad in every cricket tournament if they wanted to. I think they can. So if they perform well in these international tournaments, I think cricket will definitely get attention of a lot of sports fans in the US.
Alba, what are your thoughts?
So based on our experiences playing cricket over the weekends, we always get a feeling like, these people who are watching from the sidelines, they are interested in this sport. They really find that the flair of cricket is a bit different from the other sports they're used to, like the way you hit the ball, the way you bowl the ball. It's really interesting, and all the different positions as well. Like, someone standing over there, what is their purpose? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah.
And I feel like that Bounce is doing a really good job in explaining the game of cricket to newer members, and we basically encourage anyone to join us and play cricket with us. Like, even yesterday in our games, there was this one person, Zhong Yu. We were like, so it was like us 4 at the time, me, Ishan, Kostub and Jongyu. We were just getting Jongyu started with like cricket, how it works, how the fundamentals are, just before he started playing a match with us. And he was performing really good, honestly, for a beginner who is like, no, I would not say that, but like for 1 hour of training, he performed really well. And I believe that the athleticism that the United States has in general can put up a really good team, as Ishan said already.
It seems as though you both enjoy really being teachers of the game and helping other people, fellow Tar Heels, learn more about cricket. What else has been your favorite part of just playing at UNC?
Oh, playing at UNC. So, as I already told you, I have a lot of theoretical knowledge about cricket. Not much practical because I haven't played a lot. But I have watched quite a bit of cricket with my father as well. And I feel like whenever India wins, it's a huge source of pride for us as well, and we hope that we could instill that sense of pride inside United States of America as well. That's basically what our motto is.
Can cricket be an Olympic sport within the United States, do you think?
It's going
Yes,
to be.
definitely.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because it is a sport in the 28 LA Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be there.
That's awesome. So will you guys be in attendance?
Hopefully, if we are still in this country, yes.
Well, that's all I had for you. Thank you so much for sharing about cricket.
One last thing before we go.
Let's do it.
North Carolina Cricket Championship. Come watch us if you are here. If you are a UNC student, you will also get CLE credit for the last 2 games. So we hope to see you there. Our games will also be broadcasted on our YouTube channel, Cricket Bounce, CRICKETBOUNC. All the UNC games will be broadcasted along with the eliminator and the final. So come support UNC, if not on the field, then on YouTube. And let's hope you enjoy some cricket.
For sure. Definitely second that message. And while we're here, tell the crowd how great I am at cricket.
Nia is awesome, much better than me. She came last semester, she hit a couple, I hit nothing. So, I'm kind of a low bar, but still, Nia's a good player.
No, I'm going to be there at that championship game for sure. So we're going to see some more great cricket, and I hope to see some Bellator Heels there.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Woo! Awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.